Hey guys, peace, love, and light. Thanks for watching my journey, our journey together. If you're new, I've been guided to actually do this video, so I listen to God. I trust God, Creator, my guides. If it doesn't resonate with you, just move on. How Beyond the Spectrum began for me. How it all unfolded. Everything was guided. I was doing paranormal investigating, and everything's honestly to me a paranormal investigation, but like no, specifically I volunteered my services, my gifts. They were not appreciated at the time. I found out the hard way, but that's okay. Learning lessons, right? So doing these paranormal investigations at this house in the town, near the town I live in. Oh boy, yeah, the wind's kicking up on this one. So, I'm on Wampanoag land. Okay, I am on Wampanoag land. I've walked these lands. I've ridden a horse on these lands. Anyway, so I was getting messages from Chief Metacomet, who is King Philip from the King Philip War, because of the abuse and not how the paranormal investigations were being handled was not on this land. They weren't honoring it. They were abusing it, is what I was being told and shown. And I understood now, like, why I was put there. Listen, demons in the flesh are real, and believe me, I did not even understand that at the time. I took this experience. This was a huge learning lesson for me, because I was guided there. You know, we're all guided to something somewhere, because you're listening to God. So if you're not into what I do, don't leave comments about, how you think my channel and my readings. Listen, you have no right to tell me not to hear God, and that's how I take that. So I'm just going to put that out there. And my guides, Archangel Michael, my ancestors, I see them, I feel them, I always have. I didn't just wake up to this one day. So anyway, they were abusing the energy as I was growing and learning, and understanding why I was brought there, and understanding why I went through what I went through there. I heard Anubis is here. And then one night after they were doing things like water features to open portals with no prayer, okay, right out of the gate. No prayer, no calling in the Most High, no calling in Archangel. It was like, I was in awe as I experienced all this, mind you. It's easy to look at it, not easy, but looking at it now, but I was going through this growing stage of who I am, my gifts. They're not sins. That's our staff. We are the staff of Christ, So anyway, so they were doing these water features, opening portals, and then this one woman, a night of the investigation, and it was the night I happened not to go, and found out she was so idolizing this medium, which was ridiculous, and the medium's boyfriend, because he was on TV. It was so it just was interesting, I'm gonna put it that way. And this chick was obsessed with this girl, this medium, and wanted to be her. I wanted to know. I was like, I knew something was wrong with her. You know what I mean? Because that's ego. It's ego. So anyway, this medium, she could do table tipping, whatever. It was her thing, and she knew she knew how to do it. And in certain areas, because we're here to find out, as a paranormal investigator, why I do it. I want to know more about the other side. I want to know more about the history of the lands that I'm on, because I feel it, I hear it, I experience it, and it helps validate it for me, for my journey. And So anyway, back to this girl doing table tipping one night, the night I didn't go. She didn't know what she was doing. That's serious when you're table tipping. Like when you are, okay, so when you are, even when I do readings, that I take that serious. I don't just open up my tarot deck and be like, okay, what's going on now? Like, no, I go through a process. If I'm allowed, I trust what I hear. There's days I don't do readings because I just trust, like, not today. I'm not here to force energies, but I am here as a seer and an activator here for the star seed. 3 waves of volunteers that came here for this time, and this is my job here. It's what I do. It's just what I do. It's not to be construed as anything negative. It's what I do. So that wasn't the energy this girl was coming from. It was idolizing everything we're really not supposed to do. So anyway, she had told me, she had called me the next day and told me, she's like, oh, I did it like girls, her first name begins with S. I did it like her. I tried table tipping. And I said, you did what? She goes, oh yeah, I did table tipping. I said, you don't know how to do that. She's like, well, I tried it. I did okay. And I just was, my jaw dropped. And anyway, that was the end of that conversation. And then the next investigation we had, I didn't even know where she did the table tipping, but I walked right to it. Psychic, like I knew exactly. I could feel the freaking hole that she opened. She opened a hole. And then Chief Medicomet started coming to me about darkness has taken over the house. And looking back on pictures of these people that were there the time I was, you can see the attachments on them. And I wasn't even at that level then. Okay? I mean, I could see paranormal images, but like I didn't even think about people. Right? So, fast forward to now, yeah, I do. Way more than I let anybody know. Let's put it that way. Especially if you're coming on my path. But, so, that night the girl who was the tour guide, right? Mind you, again, no prayer. I mean, I always prayed. But, like, you have a group of people in there. There should be prayer. As a group, it's more powerful. You're inviting in the Most High God, Archangel Michael for protection, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, Metatron, and all the other 72 high divine angels is there. Keep capturing this right here. It's like the Anunnaki bird, I swear. So she did an EVP that night, and this house has been on TV. It's been on Paranormal Lockdown. If you're familiar with the paranormal field, and we're in the kids' room, right? And she said her name, and she's like, I'm here on Earth. You know, who are you and where are you from? Okay. So when we played this back, it was pure static. Pure just, it was a whole like good 10 seconds of just static. And I was like, oh, wow, you guys really did it. You know, you invited something. And then because when I questioned it, which I didn't really question it, I just asked about it. This is how the person that was doing the tours took it. And I said, you guys did table tipping? She's like, well, yeah, we knew what we were doing. She's like, you know, we could tell. And I'm looking at her like, you can't tell. You have no, we can't see these. It was just, she was very much like, oh, I have 7 or 17 years of experience, blah, 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 blah. 3D, yammering to me. And it's like, when she said that, like she actually had control over the situation. Okay. So the only other time when you do an EVP that I know of, could be different, but with a level of static that came through, told me something not very nice was there, because that happened in I think it was the Amityville house or the Conjuring, one of the two. That is. So for me to get a message from Chief Medicomet saying, darkness is taking over the house, And I wrote all this stuff down. I mean, I was given specific instructions on what to do in the house, but they didn't let me, because the house is actually run by what? Demons in the flesh. And it is. And it is, and that's very real. And so understanding that, then I was hearing Anubis is here. And I was like, okay, you know, I thought, all right, Anubis is here. And I've always felt a connection with Anubis. I could feel him in pictures when I was a kid. I grew up knowing a lot about this stuff. This is not new, we're just in it now. My mom's been talking about this my entire life. There's a heart right there. To me, so I understand. And not just understand, I feel, I'm aware. So I wrote down everything that came through in the dream vision on how to cleanse the house and what he wanted. And it, you know, he wanted offerings on his land for these investigations, because they were only covering the people who stole his land. They were not giving the Wampanoags enough recognition, because it's their land. All this is their land. It was stolen from them, and then genocide. So when I told the directors of the house, or whatever they're called, townies, they just threw me under the bus, and it turned into this big shit show. And she slammed me, like, seriously throughout the whole paranormal community. And it was just like, wow, you are dark. Okay. And we do that because we are the children of Christ. And we honor that and know that and love that. We will experience stuff like this, and it hurts. It's like being on the cross. Sometimes it is. And I have the marks. I have stigmata as well. I have on my feet. That's very real. Stigmata is very real. I've died, and I have come back. But I almost stopped doing all this because of that experience. And the way I understand now, it's whoa. And then I was on my way into a major city that I live near, and everybody I got in, contact with, I would be like, look it, that's a ship right there. And I was just telling them, whatever, you want to hear it? If you couldn't handle it. And some people really knew what I was talking about. And then I heard Beyond the Spectrum. So I'm like, someone was like, you should really talk about this stuff. And then Archangel Michael guided me to the words Beyond the Spectrum, because this is beyond the spectrum of what we know, this 3D world. And then about a year after not paranormal investigating and just growing and changing and, going through my spiritual journey, King and New came to me, along with, I was getting actually a king and two brothers. And that was coming through super strong. A king and two brothers. And then I was hearing Anubis again. I was like, okay, this is significant. And I've always known about Wormwood, Planix X. It's the heavens. It's the heavens is what it really is. Look, it's an arrow shooting through a heart. It's the heavens. The heavenly gates opening is what it is. And we're going to see all kinds of things. Chariots are real. What they call planets, they're real. They're not rock balls. It's way more high vibrational and dimensional. And I was drawn to, my star seeds were coming. My star family was coming to me more. I had gone through like a really, really significant breakup. And it was a soul contract breakup. This wasn't just like, sometimes you meet someone, you break up, whatever. No, this was like a soul contract level breakup. And that's how I started coming across Twin Flame and all that stuff, which I remember coming in with someone, but it wasn't that person. But I grew a lot loving me, learning how to love me more, and it was okay to love me more. And no ego, just love me more. Boundaries, respect, how you treat someone, so on and so forth. And significant soul contract brought me to my knees. I really thought this person was my person. I could remember past lives with this person. I know he did too, but he was so lost in addictions. Like so lost in addictions, and I could see it. I could see the duality, literally. We have dark beings that walk into us when you are in active addictions, and you do. And you're wide open to it. Most people don't realize that, especially people who are in addictions. That's why it's super important to turn your life over to the care and God of your understanding. On bended knee, knowing, trusting, and relying on the Most High God has your life. You are okay, you are safe, and you are protected. And that's where the true Ace of Swords comes in, is your instincts. It's your God consciousness. It's your true north, right? So then I was getting more, so my star guides were coming to me. And there were 5 of them around me, and it was just before I woke up. And I heard them say, we have to pull them out of the grid quicker, and it's going to hurt. And I sat straight up, and I was like, I knew that was real. You know, it's not a dream, that's real. And here we are. And here we are. To them, it's a lot faster. To us, it's slower because we're in such a low, you know, we're like a 45 record, you know, we're in low, or whatever the lowest one is on that. But so I was guided to certain decks, and I was doing ancient reads, and then Isis came to me in a dream vision. Isis and Osiris. And in my dream vision, and we're laying together, and the love was just so wow. It was just wow. Wow, the love. And I was like, I have to go. It's time for me to get up. And Osiris was like, no, please stay. Like holding me, having some kind of robes on him or something. And they were just so in love with each other. And I sat up, and I don't even think I was not fully awake. I'm going to tell you right now, I was not. She was still with me. I sat up and I said, Anubis is here. And I got up out of my bed and went right and opened my front door like to expect Anubis. And it was so foggy out, you couldn't see. And I heard Anubis is here, and Osiris returns on Isis's wings. And this is how it all began for me. And I do these readings for this because we're connected. You know, some people get stuck. I'm here to help you be unstuck through the Most High. You know, everything is high vibrational with me. Nothing low is allowed. No, it's not allowed. I understand it's there for balance, but no, it's just not allowed, you know. Finding a higher balance. But that's how Beyond the Spectrum began. And if you listen this long, thank you. But I was guided, there's a dragon right there. I was guided to talk about it. Maybe I have some new people that found me, and they're like, what is this Beyond the Spectrum? There's the sky, and then there's the readings. What is that? I was guided to show how both work together. And that's who I am here. So I hope you honor that, because I honor you. And I hope all that made sense to you, but that's how the birth of Beyond the Spectrum became. And I'm really grateful for you guys who do watch and support, just with your comments and stuff. It's like, I know we're connected. I know some are bots, I know some uneven people, but I know I'm connected to a few that are real souls here. You're star seeds. I feel you. Hence why I get these messages for you, because we're all connected. We're not separate. We're all connected. Peace, love, and light.